Hi, this is Jamie Drayton, Executive Director of Baltimore Family Alliance, and I am so excited to have with me, and I want to make sure I'm saying your name right because I know you're a mannequin, but Thibault?
You got it, Thibault. Yeah, to me, it's amazing to be with you today. Thank you so much.
Awesome. And Thibault is our advocate for the year for Baltimore City at Stoop Soiree. And if you don't know, our nominees are nominated by our membership, and we're so glad to have you here and to learn about the amazing things you do for Baltimore City and for our families to have a great time while we're here and living in our city. So I'm going to ask you three questions. One, we're Baltimore Family Alliance, so how is your family?
Thank you for that question. Our family is amazing. I always say that if I could, I would freeze time. So I've got an amazing wife from Brazil that's this kind of natural healer. I call her a witch doctor, and so she's always expanding our horizons of what's possible, right? And we've got these two amazing boys who are 12 and 14 who are in middle school, and we were lying in bed last night just talking about how amazingly hard it is to be a parent who really cares, you
Mm,
know?
yes,
And there isn't a moment that goes by where I'm not thinking about decisions that we're making and how it affects our children,
mm,
and watching their reactions to how they're showing up to the world. And as you know, I know you've got five kids. I don't know if any of them are in middle school yet,
oh, I have two
but
high schoolers.
yeah, so I need to come to you for some notes. But the things that come out of the words of our children, of the mouths of our children in middle school, is mind-boggling, right?
Yes,
Um, and it is this beautiful reminder that they are our biggest teachers, right? And so I've always said that what an honor it is to help to shape the lives of two young people or any young people. And what I've come to realize is that they are shaping our lives way more than we will ever shape theirs if we settle into that space and allow it to be. When we push back and try to hold on to the things that we understand them to be the certain way that they are, is where there, in my experience, comes a lot of friction. And so, yeah, Lola and I were lying in bed last night, just feeling so grateful for the lessons we can continue to learn, for how much we love and how much we care, and for this beautiful journey that we're all on together.
well, Lola sounds like an amazing woman. I hope she's coming to Soup Soiree with you.
Me
Um,
too.
you got to get a babysitter ASAP. Well, your boys are old enough; they might not have a babysitter,
Oh
but
yeah, yeah. I don't know if I'm allowed to say it, but they've been staying home alone for a long time by now.
yeah, we're. I don't know what the legal age is anymore, but yes, our kids have two. COVID has aged everyone up, I think. But
You're
my
right.
next question for you is, why do you advocate for Baltimore?
I uh I love this city. I grew up here. It has taught me so many lessons along the way, and I've lived all over the world at this point. I've lived in South Africa, I've lived in the Middle East, I've lived in Northern Ireland and France and Brazil. And to a certain extent, growing up, I never thought I'd come back here.
Yeah.
Um, but there is something magnetic about not necessarily the physical city of Baltimore, but the people that are in it,
Yes.
right? There's this mentality that at all cost we are going to figure it out.
Yes.
There's nothing insurmountable,
Yes.
right? And that we are better together,
Yes.
right, than apart. And look, Baltimore has insurmountable challenges, at least to the outside world.
Yeah.
But to us who are from Baltimore, like, let's go,
Let's
right?
go.
We got this. There's nothing that we can't do together. And of all of the places I've lived, I've never felt that sense of tribe, of
Mm,
belonging, of community that exists here, and wouldn't trade it for anything. And just love this place.
yeah. You know, this is not a question for you, but I just remember because I'm originally from New York. So I grew up on the Yankees. Like everyone had a Yankees hat. You know, it was the culture and the vibe of New York City. Like the mayor was at the Yankees game with the owner. If you remember that time, like Steinbrenner was like, you knew his
Yeah.
name. And so for me coming to Baltimore, it always amazes me. Like the O's, they sucked a couple seasons ago, and then this season it is packed. Like you see the sea of orange. And my board president, Joe, shout out to Joe, was like, those bandwagon hoppers, like we were here. We are diehard O's fans. And, you know, I just love finding your people here. Cause I never thought we lived in DC, we lived in Montgomery County, we lived in New York. And I love growing up in New York as a child, but I knew I was like, I'm not going back home. And when I came to Baltimore, I was like, this is home. Like, this is my tribe. My friend Deborah in Charles Village, she's at Hopkins. She was like, oh no, Jimmy, you got to navigate. And I was just like, wow, people really care about people here. And I love that about Baltimore. So I'm going to ask you, what do you love about Baltimore?
I just want to comment on what you just said real quick. My experience is that the people who show up to Baltimore for themselves get chewed up and spit out.
Mm,
The people that show up to Baltimore for that sense of community,
yeah.
those people who show up to Baltimore willing to roll up their sleeves and do the heavy lift and the hard work,
Mm,
are the ones who get pulled into this like unreleasable bear hug, right?
yeah.
Where they are both the hugger and the hugged, and that is a feeling that most of us don't get in our lifetime, and
Yeah.
Baltimore will do that to you. So I agree with everything that you're saying. Was your question, what is it that I love about Baltimore?
Yes. Last question. What's the love? Like, what's your favorite thing that you can't let go? And it could be a thing, it could be a lemon stick, it can be a place, you know, it could be our house or Lexington Market. I'm not giving you anything, just what's your
Yeah,
love?
mine's so it's past any physical places. There's, I'm biased about Lexington and our house and Clavel and all these incredible places. Um, the I love the grit of the people that are here,
Mm,
and we kind of like alluded to that in the beginning. Like you don't, it's hard to find that other places, right?
yes.
And that's my favorite thing about Baltimore. I hinted at it before and talked about it. The people, um, but just how real and how authentic this place is, in a world that is struggling to wrap its arms around authenticity.
Mm,
uh, but Baltimore has that, and it gives that to people, and it reminds people of only showing up in our true, most authentic selves. Will we be a part of something really meaningful, and I really love that about this city, from our quirky neighborhoods. You talked about the downtown Family Alliance, and now the Baltimore Family Alliance. We talk about that all the time. We're in real estate,
yeah.
and so easy to think about the neighborhoods that surround the water, you know,
Yes.
the
Mm,
Cantons and the Federal Hills and the Fells Points and Baltimore Peninsulas. We're the city of neighborhoods here,
yeah.
from the east and west side to the pig towns of the world, to the Cherry
Shout out to Pigtown.
Hills. That's right, to the Lake Montebello area, to Remington. That's where real Baltimore
Yeah.
exists and thrives and supports each other and loves hard, and
Yeah.
those are all really special things.
And I will tell you, I am we just had an event down in Locust Point, and I'm always amazed, but Rachel Wagner, shout out to Rachel. Um, she's from Riverside, and we were just literally chatting about how do we support each other more? How do we love each other more? And so it always, like, I'm thinking about Beth. Like I can see the families, like the images of the families of people that are sticking it in together and saying, like, we are Baltimore. We're gonna go to the O's games. We're gonna go support the Ravens, but we're also gonna go and pick up some cake, at the bakery at Lexington Market. And shout out to Tio's because that darn empanada is delicious. But
Mm,
we need each other. Like we need Cherry Hill, we need Locust Point, we need Canton, we need Remington, we need Hamden, we need Emerson. We need, like, We need these amazing locations. Lauraville Fair is this weekend, and we need the volunteers and the community associations and the PTAs. We need the real estate developers. Like, we need each other. We need the city workers to do their part. Like, we all need each other to, like you said, roll up your sleeves and get to work for Baltimore. Thank you, Thibault. That's all I have. Have a great day at
Anytime.
work.
Yeah, amazing to be with you.